Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. It's going to be quite a long video today. I spoke prior about a deal that fell through last month. Well, the window of opportunity shone and I managed to pick it up. It wasn't 720 for some reason. There was slightly less in terms of ounces. I'm not entirely sure how or why. I did double check the stock after the gentleman left, but we both kind of scratched our head and called it that. So how did I end up with this order after it falling apart? Well, essentially, I had someone approach me about a stamp deal, and I had someone else approach me about if he needed me to kind of de-risk it and back end some of it, then he was happy to do so. Now, I don't particularly like those deals because what that means is I'm sharing the profit on a vatable item. Now, I'm currently off the VAT. I don't intend on going back on the VAT, but I had £25,000 to play with from the start of this month. That's how little of vatable items I've been selling, including silver and platinum, etc., coin boxes. I looked at the numbers and was like, well, hang on, someone's just paid me £4,000 for stamps, so there's £4,000 in the coffers. I've got an order lined up. This gentleman wants some coin, and he's offered a fairly fair rate for, like, in terms of trade rate. Very opportunistic. I wouldn't usually entertain it, but it just kind of worked out for everyone, So I thought, okay. So I end up phoning up the guy and I said, look, you want to do a deal? We've got to do it pretty much today. So he brings it over. I don't particularly meet people. I met him at my mother's. And then the other gentleman who wanted to buy, he was like, I'm going on holiday. So he ended up coming over as well to pick his stock up. He ended up taking 200 ounces. And yeah, let's kind of get into it. So there was a kilo rabbit. This wasn't on there, I'm just using that as a thumbnail. So the gentleman said to me, I just want ounces, I want 200 ounces. And I said, look, you're going to have to take 2 kilo bars and you're going to have to take 140 ounces. And he's like, there's no money in the kilos. I said, look, you want some money or you want no money? So I'm not trying to strong arm you, but that's the deal. And he went, okay. So I didn't really make any money on the kilos for what I sold them for. I kept this one back because A, I like it, and B, there is a bit more money in it, and I've got to make something. If I make, I reckon if I make 6% as a whole, I think I'm doing okay. I've got 8 kilos to get rid of. So there was the rabbit, which will do well. There was the Umacore. I think there's 3 Umacore kilos. There's 1, 2, and 3. They do an Andor and Eagle. I do like these. They are like proper bars, 3 of them. There was a silver stand, which I sold to the gentleman. This come in a collection. I can't remember who had it. I passed this bar around a few times. I actually know the guy who made this. Really nice guy. You don't see him all that much these days. I think there was a death in the family. There was a Baird Mint after the rebrand. There was a Metalor. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's one more, which was this is kind of nice. I think this was one of mine as well. Oh, it's passed through my hands. It wasn't one of mine. So that was the kilos. These will be going up. Well, everything's going up today. I've got another deal lined up. There was a couple of 500 grammers. Now, in terms of what I paid slightly over spot. There was a bit of a funny part to it as well, with some of the bars coming up. There's a 500 grammer, a 250 grammer, and then there was 10 ounces. So there was the RMC, which you saw at the start. There was a US assay office. There was Heraeus. And there was a fossil metals, like the bar you saw in a kilo. There was also 2 others. So he said to me, he's like, I know these bars got premium. And I said to him, I was like, there's no money. There's just no money. I said, look, the sheer quantity I'm buying and how little I'm going to get out of it, I'm not going to offer you anymore. And he was like, okay, fair enough. But he did well out of the deal. I've known him a long time. He's very pragmatic in how he trades. So there's 2 SS Gear Sopper Shipwreck silver bars. Now these will be reserved for a gentleman. I'm not sure he'd take them. I'm not sure he will pay the premium, but he did ask me for them, so I will give him first dibs. So this is essentially where the money's at, because it's not in the kilos. Now you could say, well, Sean, why are you buying, or why are you doing deals that are so low in profitability, so low in margin? Well, it's kind of a historical legacy thing. So I ended up with 2 businesses. I had 1 business and then I had 2 businesses, and then I joined the businesses together. But before I joined them together, I was ended up selling stamps to the business. So the stamps on the business books at 100%. So I need to use them. And I've got a lot of postage I just need to burn through. So, okay, the profitability isn't amazing on this, and I probably should have haggled a bit harder or bought at a better time, but it's going to move a lot of postage, and that's good for me. So you can't always have it all. So that's the 10-ounce bars. They're a thing of beauty. I know Jason's going to text me about them. I'll probably text him before the video goes out. I've got 12 of these. There's going to be a bit of money in these. They're not all the same. I don't know if any of you remember, I told you I made an ill-fated attempt at buying shares in a gold miner. Well, that was run by the Betts family. A bunch of absolute, I don't want to say amateurs, they're not. But the guy who runs the gold mining company is, he can't seem to get anything right. I don't want to say incompetent, but I think that would probably describe him very well. Maybe it's weaponized incompetence, but everyone knows. So there's 5 of them, there's 5 of these, and there's also 2 metal ores. And there's going to be a bit of money in these. There always has been a bit of money in the 100 grammers. People tend to like them. There was a stage where 100 grammers actually went for more money pound for pound than coins did, which is absolutely shocking if you ask me. But people just seem to like to stack them, and the market decides what the prices are. I don't decide. I just look at the market and see where it's at. So there's them. There was a load of coins. The thing is, it's missing 200 ounces because of, well, for obvious reasons, because I sold it. There's a Nene, Philly, Brit. There's not many 1 ounce coins. The gentleman who took the deal bought most of them. Court arms. There's a few of these in tubes. I was kind of hoping I could keep them, but a deal's a deal, you know. It's Mickey Mouse, another horse. I think this is Czech, but I'm not too familiar. The market got a bit saturated. There's a panda, but this is a modern panda, so 2019. I've lost track of the pandas. At one point I really knew them. Another horse. Philly. No more. There was some Queen's Beast, so I let him have the Queen's Beast as well. The thing is, because he took 60 ounces in kilos, I just gave him some that were, you know, they would have been profitable for him. I don't mind doing that. Yeah, I'm not really a cutthroat trader either. I find it a bit tedious. You know, there's nothing wrong with the next man making a bit of money. Oh, and there's 3 of these. These are the key dates. So there was a time in the past these were worth about £40. To go back to what I said recently about that gentleman who approached me, it's very similar. Like, I don't think I'll get anywhere near £40 out of them in this market. And this is what I was trying to say. But I sincerely hope he gets the other gentleman with silver. He gets what he thinks they're worth. Like, that's not me having a dig. Like, I want people to do well. And I've been in business so long that deals fall apart more than you would think. Wow, 10 minutes in. I really do talk a lot. It's not a bad thing, I guess. I guess if you like my voice or not. There's some dimes, a couple of barber dimes in here, mainly Roosevelts. There's a barber dime. They're worth money. Oh, I think both barber dimes are there. I'm not entirely sure how that's worked out, but both are there. They're probably worth £5 a pop. There's not really any money in these. These are more of a side project for me. So everything else is literally for sale, but they're more of a side project. Got some quarters. Basically, the world is not in a great place, and I want to stack some small gold, small silver, put it in the bank vault. Saying that, is the bank vault the best place to have it? You know, we shall see. True prepper style. I'm not a prepper. I'm really not. It's just, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So if I can put away, you know, I'm not even going to give it a target, because my business is very fluid. It's always been very fluid, and it's hard to say I'm going to stack this and this is the goal, because the reality is I have cash calls, and sometimes someone comes up to me and says, oh, I'm looking for this, and they're paying a good premium. And that's just how it is. So I've got loads of these. I don't even remember the numbers. I think there's like 86 dimes and there's 100 odd of these, I think. There was no full dollars. There was some half dollars. I think there's one 40%er. Walking Liberties. Yeah, they are called Walking Liberties. For some reason I said it and then it felt, it just sounded a bit alien to me. These are 90%ers. I like these. I've got a lot of time for pre-33, more so than the UK coinage, Liberty Bells. Oh, Franklin's. It's nice bits. There is a premium in these. Like, people will pay a premium. You know, that's fine. Again, if they don't sell, I'm happy to keep hold of pre-33. I was trying to buy some dollars. I'll trade some dollars for stamps, and the guy had sold out. And I thought, yeah, fair enough. But I said to him, if you get them in the future, not a problem. These will be interesting. These will sell well. So these are Australian 50 cents. I haven't had these for years. I actually think these were from me, believe it or not. I bought a few back. So these are sold in Australia. I think I bought them for spot in Australia. I just got really friendly. I feel really bad about that. Like, I saw a dealer in Sydney, and I literally try to strike up relationships with a lot of dealers, and I really got on with this dealer in Sydney, and I just never contacted him again. Like, something happened and I didn't get back to him, and then COVID happened, and before I knew it, I was like, oh, it's been 2 years and he probably doesn't even work there anymore. But he was a really nice guy. He ended up giving me a silvergram on the house. He just said, yeah, have it as a gift to mind your Sydney. And I was like, yeah, a proper people person. Like, I like people like that. I think sometimes stuff like that's nice. Like, I just sent off a little package to the gentleman who sold me his collection, because he collects something else, and I had something come in, and I was like, well, it's not really commercial, but that will go in his collection. You know, that's nice. It's a nice thing to do. Didn't charge him. And I think stuff like that is nice. It's not always about making money. Oh, that's my view on it anyway. Not everyone agrees with me, rightly or wrongly. But yeah, these are nice. These will sell well. And last but not least on the currency coins, I'm not even done. There's still other stuff I have to show. 50 cent pieces from Canada. These weren't mine, so he's been cheating on me with someone else. Nah, I know who these come from. These come from another dealer in Birmingham. Nice guy. I've dealt with him a few times, but we don't really have much to deal. I remember when I lost my contact abroad, he was like, oh yeah, give me that contact. I went, you never have him. You will never have my contact. And I was getting such good stock in. Like, I could get shields like source to order. It was a good time. It was a really, really good time. So, but yeah, I've digressed, but these are nice. I like, if you can get the currency coins in the stronger denominations, so for some reason there's 1.25 cents, I don't know why. You can get them in the stronger countries. They sell well and they sell for a premium. You get them like internationally. Oh, it's going to be a premium in that. Look at that. Standalone coin. Someone will buy that. These are just nice ones. I didn't pay anything extra for them. I think overall, because there were so many kilos, I just said to him, like, that's the price. But he was fine with that. I think sometimes that's just how it works. Right, 16 minutes. Ugh. I got 2 10 ounces. Now these would have come from me. I remember selling these. Now these are what I call nice bullion. There was no caps when I sold these. I do remember selling them though. I remember the order they come from. I remember putting my head in my hands thinking, what have I bought? It was sight unseen, and I was like, what have I bought? What have I done here? Don't get me wrong though, sight unseen, you can get some really good deals. The way that I buy anyway, or at least you could. So this one is slightly better. Now these here, and it's not on this side. There's not going to be, if I get £2.50 over, plus post, you know, I think that's fair. Like I said, I think there's 6 to 8% in it. Right, let's go on to the next few things. You've got a very rare coin here. So this is an 1892 pond. I paid a premium for this. And people are like, you're crazy. Why have you bought that? It's a piece of shit coin. It's a rare coin. It's a really rare coin. So the ponds are a fan favorite anyway. This coin here, I think that's been in jewelry. I will get it graded just to get it. Well, I'll save it from further damage, but this coin here, it's like 16,000 mintage. These go for mega money. Will I get more money out of it? That's a question for the Mr. Market, but I was happy to purchase this. I've literally just bought these this morning. So there's 6 sovereigns. I'm going to offer these to the gentleman with the silver. I said I'll give him mates rates, as he's looked after me. Not a problem. And a half. He said to me, he's like, could you trade for gold? I went, I could, but I don't have any gold. And last but not least, this come from a dealer ungraded. And I thought he messed the pricing up. I looked at it and thought, that pricing's off. You've mispriced that. So I bought it. And I said to him, I was like, can you send it to my grader? And it come back as 70. Now this is the daddy of all Brits. I think this is like a £500 coin. I need to check. I'm well in the money on it. If it gets 400, 500, I don't know what the pricing is on it. But this is the one that people go after. It's known as the most beautiful Brit ever made. Personally, I think there's better Brits. It's nice. It's very nice. I understand why it's a fan favourite. It's got a bit of everything going on, but I do think there's better. But yeah, I got lucky with this. So yeah, I've gone from having a month that's been the worst month on record to having a month where, you know, I've sold a lot of postage and I've got enough in the pipeline to really take a hammer out of my goal, or take chunks out of my goal, sorry, take a hammer to my goal. And that's just how it is, feast and famine. That's how it works. I've actually got some US sets coming in as well, proof sets. I'll tell you what, the gentleman who sold me those, he has looked after me big time. I've done him. I feel like I've looked after him in the past, and he just come back to me and said, "Look, I just want to get rid of these," and he's given me an absolute steal. So I do appreciate it. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.